Hello, hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today or this evening, wherever you are and whatever time it is. I'm Sophia Lucia Perola with Garden State Film Festival. It is our 22nd year. We are back in Asbury Park, New Jersey and Cranford, New Jersey. This year, our lineup has over 200 films from 14 different countries. Amazing films, great lineup, all different genres, all different types of films from all different people. And I am here with filmmaker Marley Marte with her short high school homegrown film, Locker Killer. Marley, you were the director, producer, DP, editor on this, writer too?
Yeah.
We wore all the hats on this. Congratulations and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So, Marley, tell me about Locker Killer. What's your film about?
This is kind of a horror slash comedy film. It's about a serial killer who who's after
Okay.
this like naive girl. He's very specific about the way that he kills. He likes shoving his victims in lockers, keeping them in there, and then framing people like the locker that he chooses. Whoever owns that locker is framed for the murder, obviously, because they're the one that owns his
Ah,
locker. Yeah. So
oh my
that's
gosh.
about yeah.
Where did this idea come from? At first, when I first saw it, and well, I don't want to give anything away, but I was like, all right, is this a true story? Like, is she writing something she's relatable? Like, not being able to open a locker, that part. But then
Oh,
it was a twist. I didn't predict. I should have known by the name, but I did not predict this to be about a serial killer. So I got to give you props that it's unpredictable.
thank
But where
you.
did this story even come from? How'd you come up with it?
I honestly, it was back in freshman year. It was like the very, very like I had just stepped into like film, and like we had this assignment that Lewis Libet's assigned, which it was kind of like it's called a chance meeting project, and you get randomized. You don't know anyone, obviously. It's the first day of school, not first. I think it was like the first week. No one knew anyone. We got randomized, and we got partnered up with like random people. I got partnered up with Louis Turco, and he's the one that plays Isaiah. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember. Yeah. The one that
Yeah.
slams the table. That's
Yes.
him. I
Yes.
got partnered
Memorable
with
guy.
him. I was so nervous. I didn't know who he was, but I was excited. And he just Mr. Libitz, he allowed us to like just let our creativity flow. He didn't like we knew nothing about cameras. I mean, some of us did. He was like, use what you know. He didn't teach us
Mhm.
anything. He just told us, take the camera and go with it. And we just came
Wow.
up with whatever we wanted. We were also partnered with some seniors for like help, but they didn't really help a lot. Like Miss Libis just really wanted to like learn what we knew, you know,
Mhm.
like and just let our creativity flow. So that was the concept that I came up with for that. And like this is Locker Killer, the one now. This is like my third reshoot because the first one was it was so
Okay.
bad. Yeah, because I knew nothing about cameras. Well, I knew a
Uh-huh.
little bit, but not as much as I know now. So the first time that we shot Locker Killer, it was a mess. The camera settings were on automatic. That's actually a bad word in the digital film program. We're
Right.
not allowed to use the autumn. It's called the A word because he doesn't like when we use automatic settings. We have to use
Mhm.
manual
Makes
ones.
sense.
Yeah. So that's where the concept originally came from. I don't even know. I was
Wow.
sitting pondering and I was like, I have to come up with something for this film. And I really don't remember if I was inspired by anything. I don't think I was. I think I just came up with it and then we
Wow.
just filmed that. Yeah.
So interesting. I mean, I love the origin story of Locker Killer, if we
Yeah.
must say. So, and I also think the whole concept is really cool, kind of making you guys throw in not knowing anything about cameras, making this film. And I think it is super special that did you have to reshoot this and make it better, or was that your choice to
That was
make
my choice because
it?
we presented all of the films to like the rest of the class,
Mhm.
and I think a lot of people really like dig that concept, and they were like telling
Yeah.
me, "Oh, you should once you know more and like just do it again." So then I
Mm.
did that. Well, yeah, I did it again like later on in freshman year, but I didn't get to finish it. I don't remember why, but I didn't. No, I think I did finish it, but then when I was editing it, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. And I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna like turn this in. So I just scrapped it. But then I was like, I really want to still reshoot this. Like I think this
Mhm.
concept has potential. So then sophomore year came around and unfortunately, Caitlin Beery, she was gone because she was a senior and she was the one that played Jenny. So she was
Mm,
gone, and I was like, "There's no way that I'm not gonna cast Caitlin to be Jenny. Like, she's literally the perfect person for this role." So then I hit her up and like I asked her, I was like, "Is it possible if you come back?" And she's at a university. I think she goes to Fairleigh Dickinson. I'm not sure, she might, but I don't know. So
mhm.
it was like I asked her if she could come back, and she was literally so sweet, and she like went out of her way, worked with her schedule, and it was like, difficult too. Like it was not.
Wait, forgive me, which one plays Jenny? Is she the lead?
Yeah,
Oh, she's amazing. I wrote her
she's
down.
so
The whole
amazing.
oh my god, yeah,
I
great
was like,
actress.
"There's no way that I'm gonna find someone better." I was like, I
Oh,
need her
well,
back.
right.
So I really wanted to make sure that she was the one that played this role because I think she played it so well. She embodied the
Mhm.
character like no one else ever will be able to or ever could. So I asked her, and she like went out of her way to come back.
Oh,
I
shout
think we
out to
shot.
you.
I think we shot like 3 to 4 days. I think that's how long it took. She came after school during school, well, my school hours, and
Mhm.
it was really really nice of her, and I'm so happy and like I'm so grateful that she did that for us. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I love the story of this, and I think it says so much about you as a director and as even a casting, like, just very intuitive that you took this story, wanted to make it better, and I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know, I'm just a dreamer and I love film, but I could even see you continuing to expand this story. Is this something you're interested in, like, expanding? Like, who knows? Maybe one day this will be a feature film. Like, you're right, you're still in high school, right?
Yeah, I've thought about
You're
it because
growing as an artist.
I've thought about doing it again just because, like, I don't think I just always wanna I've always find something wrong with it that I wanna, like,
Which is
improve
great,
on.
I think.
Yeah. I always wanna improve on it, and I do wanna do it again, but I feel like Imma let it be. I'm gonna move
Yeah,
on to other things. I feel like
yeah.
3 times is enough, you know? I
Right,
mean, I
and if the
could do it
story just so
again.
happens to be come back to you one day, I do hope that
Yeah.
I kind of see
I might. I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I don't know. Like
speaking of, yes, you have other stories you wanna tell, but speaking of the kind of comedy and horror genre that we find Locker Killer in, is that something you're always interested in? Is this completely new for you?
I've always I'm no, I kinda I feel like I've always wanted like, when I came into film, I wanted to make a horror film, and, like,
Mm,
I think I wasn't really intending it to be comedic. Like,
uh-huh,
I was kind of shocked, like, the first time when we played it at our personal film festival at the film festival that we
mhm.
host, I when people were laughing at it, I was like, "Oh." And
Yeah,
when I first played it, and then I was like, "Oh, shoot, this is kind of comedic." Like, I didn't really, like,
yeah,
intend for it to be. I guess, I don't know, it just happened.
yeah, but
Yeah,
we kinda so are you open to, like, telling what kind of stories do you like to tell is what I wanna know, or is it endless?
it's endless.
Love
I don't
it.
really have, like, a strict yeah,
Mhm.
I like doing whatever and anything.
Love that, and as it should be. So, I mean, as I've interviewed a lot of people from the high school that you go to, working under Lewis, this, mentor and film I guess he's a film teacher, like, he works in the film department? Or who is Lewis?
He's an amazing person. Um,
Ah,
he's one of the best instructors, like, literally ever. He's just I feel like he's more than just, like, an instructor. I don't know, he's like
mhm. Sounds
I
like he's
don't
like a mentor. He
he
really
is,
feels
he really
from
is,
everyone
yeah.
I've been interviewing.
Yeah, it's so different than, like, any I don't really like calling it a classroom because it's not a
Mhm.
classroom. It's like we're always moving. It's literally, like, just always being on a set, you know?
I love that. I'm, like,
Yeah.
a little jealous in a way. I mean, it's way past I've been in high school, but I wish I had this kinda class, and I think it is so great that I've got the pleasure of interviewing such amazing young artists who are coming from this school, and yes, you are one of them. What do you love about filmmaking? What's something you've learned so far in this class, in your career, in your experiences that you really love about filmmaking?
I just love the idea that you can, like, make anything come to life. Like, any small little idea or, like, as unrealistic as you think it could be, you could still make it come to life. It's just the power of movie making. Like,
Mhm.
it's just you could I don't know, it's creativity is just endless, and I think
Yes.
you just be so creative and, like, express so many different messages or just I don't know, it's just a great way to put yourself out there and, like, the type of person you are, and it's
Mm,
just I love filmmaking, and I think it's just such a beautiful way of expressing yourself without sometimes people struggle using their words to express yourself, but with
yeah.
filmmaking, you don't even have to use your words. I mean, some people do with dialogue and stuff, but
Mhm.
you could just express yourself with the images that you show on screen.
I absolutely love that. I couldn't agree more. It is such a beautiful form of expression and universal, and like you said, without even using words, it's
Yeah.
couldn't agree more. I love that. So I'm guessing you didn't really expect Locker Killer. From the way you're talking, you're very humble, and obviously you didn't have a lot of expectations for Locker Killer. Did you expect it to get into Garden State Film Festival?
I did not. I was so shocked, but I'm so honored. It is such an honor to be part of this film festival. But I did not expect it. I was like, "Oh, wow, let's go.
Happy
Let's go."
surprise.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about Garden State Film Festival is that they really see potential in artists no matter
Yeah.
the age, and they have these different categories, one of them including homegrown films, which this is in, and another one including high school films, which this is in too. So, and it's also the first New Jersey indie premiere festival of New Jersey, and it's huge, and it's been going on for 22 years. It's really amazing. So, why do you think it's so important? I'm this just throwing this question at you, but for film festivals like Garden State Film Festival, like this festival I just described, to exist and to share the voices like you and so many other young filmmakers.
I feel like it's really, really important because it just allows people of any age to have a voice, and I feel like especially younger people, they kind of get silenced because like, oh, you're young, you don't know anything. But with films, when you make a film, you don't know how old the person who's making this film is. You could
Yeah.
put something on screen and it could be like the most meaningful thing, and you won't be like, oh, she's young, she's or they're young, so like this has no meaning, you know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's just such a beautiful way of expressing yourself, and I feel like it allows for so many different types of voices and just a lot of diversity, and like everyone has different perspectives and a whole bunch of different stories to tell, and I love how there is so many different categories that like that this film festival has so many opportunities to like show your story, you know.
Yes. Snaps all around. Praises. Love that. Marley, it has been a pleasure talking to you. One last question, because I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm enjoying talking to you. I'm being selfish. What is one thing that you will take with you to your next film, or any other artist who happen to be listening, young artists out there, that you learned from your Locker Killer making experience that you will take with you?
Get it done. Just
Yes.
get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I feel during when I was filming, I think I was the sickest that I had ever been in my life. Like I had no voice, no voice while I was filming. So when I was like giving instructions, saying calling action, like you could barely hear me. It was the most. I wanted to give up so bad and just be like, just scrap it, because I felt so terrible. But I was like, no, I have to get this done, especially because with Caitlin, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make this girl come back like later on, because I was
Mm-hmm.
like I was bothering her. Well, not bothering her, but I felt like she was going out of her way, you know, and I felt really bad. But I think it's just really important to just get it done, push through, even if you're feeling discouraged. I feel like that's bound to happen when you're in the process of filming. You might not like something, you might just feel very, very discouraged, but
Mm-hmm.
just get it done. Just get it done, because you never know what the final product is gonna look like. Don't stop until you're done.
I love that, and it is so accurate. I mean, literally doing film, I'm sure you learned it even in class and from your own
Yeah.
experiences. So many challenges will happen, and you
I feel like
have
you're never content, but it's
no.
okay.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of film, and I think that you're a good artist when you things can always be better. If you think something's perfect, then, like, why even do it? Nothing's
Yeah.
perfect. So,
Nothing's
there's
perfect.
always room for improvement, and I love that you're continuing to improve in every film that you make. And I hope that you continue to make
Thank
film and submit to Garden State Film Festival, and this will
Of
not be the
course.
last time we talk film. Marley, it has been a pleasure. Congratulations to you and everyone involved
Thank
in Locker
you.
Killer. Let me tell everyone watching how you can see this short film. It will be screening Sunday, March 24th. The film block starts at 9:15 a.m. at Berkeley Hotel. Definitely come check it out. We have some other great short films there from the same high school with some other great young artists. So definitely amazing to talk to yet again another great filmmaker that came from East Brunswick High School.
Yeah, it's East Brunswick Magnet High School, part
Love
of the
it. Well,
beautiful program. Yeah.
shout out to you all. I'm a fan. And again, congratulations, Marley. Thank you for talking
Thank
to
you.
us.
All right, it was a pleasure meeting you. Bye bye.
You too. Have a good night. See you guys at the festival.